Hi, Konrad. Welcome to Manuel Trujillo Durán Film Festival. We're very happy to have you here with your short film, STAGNANT, a very powerful piece, a very powerful movie that I'm looking forward for you to tell us more about it. So
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No, let's start knowing more about you. Tell us more about you.
Once more, thank you for having me. I'm very happy to participate in your festival. It's a great pleasure for me and my crew also. More about me. I've graduated in Lodz Film School in the cinematography department, and currently I'm studying in directing department. So Stagnant is my kind of graduation year movie on the directing department. So there is another cinematographer involved in it. And yeah, I'm mostly focusing right now on fiction, but I've started in documentary some time ago.
So what do you enjoy more, fiction or documentaries? Or do you?
I think I like to combine those things. I really like fiction, but I like fiction that is very close to a documentary in a vibe, in a feeling, in a way.
I love about your movie that it has a very powerful aesthetic, a very marvelous acting, performances. The actors were very good. I mean, it really touched your inner core to see this guy struggling with this disability and trying to, to maintain a life he's no longer having. So what was the biggest challenge you faced when you were making the movie?
For me, the biggest challenge was to find those actors, really. Because I have to say that it's their job to. I really, when I'm looking at this piece, I feel that they are the characters they are playing. So for me, the main thing was to find this kind of persons that are very dominant, very intense. That there has to be this kind of brutality and violence in them also. But they are professional actors, so they're not really from this kind of skinhead world in any way. But there is this kind of vibe in them. So I was looking very closely into the casting department. We were casting many people, and then we found those guys. And really, Igor, who is playing the main role, he's very talented. He's very passionate, and he's kind of frightening and scary in a way. But he's one of the kindest person I've ever met. But this kind of visual appearance and how he looks and how he speaks, he's very dominant. So yeah, when I found them, the rest was very, very easy. Really,
I guess it was a challenge to find them. I mean, what was that biggest challenge you have to face along the process of making the movie?
I think because the main character has this kind of disability, I didn't want to disability to be the main topic of the movie, really. I wanted to make a film about relationship between brothers, about love, kind of love, maybe, about this strength, about this toughness of the main character. So I was very scared that the disability of the main character, disability of Adam, will be the main focus for everybody. But I hope so, that this is the only an addiction, like this kind of a bonus, really, for his personality. but he doesn't have to be on the wheelchair, because he's fragile inside of him, and only the situation really takes this person, this real person that is really deep inside of him, and we can see it because of this situation, because of his disability. So like answering your question shortly, for me, I was scared that the disability will be the main point of this movie.
Well, you did it great. How was the process of making the story to come alive? When did you have the idea for the first time? The creative process for creating the story.
Yeah, I think it all began because of a documentary I've made. Because I've made a documentary about street punks who are living on the street, playing, drinking, and living this kind of lifestyle. And I met some people there who were really, really fragile and really beautiful inside. But on the outside, they were very tough, very hard, and very intense. There was a lot of like brutality in their lifestyle. And I thought that it would be funny to see a character who is dependent of this kind of subculture, but he's facing some kind of disability, really. And he cannot be a part of this strength-driven culture anymore. He has to be fragile. And that was the main idea. And then I just started to write, and it is what it is.
How long did it took you to finalize the script?
I think I've actually, I had the idea in December, and in February the script was finished.
And how long did it took you to make the movie? I mean, the whole process from the beginning to the end, to the moment you say it's done, I have it in my, I mean, it already was born. It was born. The movie was born.
I think we finished in October last year, but actually we had only 4 shooting days. So
oh, wow.
Yeah, the whole production was like 4 days. It was very, very intense. Only 8 hours shooting.
Wow.
Because of the COVID limitations in Poland, we had to make it 8 hours with an hour break. So in reality, it was 7 hours for 4 days. Yeah, and then the editing took like 2 months, maybe. My friend wrote the music for the piece.
The
so
music
I think
is amazing.
I'm very happy with it too, really.
Yeah. It's a character too, the music of the whole movie. So I read into your bio and your biography that you were interested mainly in political phenomena and social transformation in the context of their influence on the visual aspect of the surrounding reality. What does exactly that marry with the movies you make?
I think it appears more in documentary works that I've done already. I'm very interested in the political shift in Poland and in Central Europe, really, and in Eastern Europe, that you can see the shift into the conservative state after this kind of Western revolution, let's say, for the last 20 or 20 something years. And for me, it's very interesting to find this kind of topics that are right now in opposition to the government, to the future, for the future, like conservative society. So I'm mostly interested in this kind of outcasts, really. The people who are perceived as they don't fit into the system. So for me, there are very, very interesting people. So I'm focusing on them, and I think that in a way it's shown in the fiction, because Adam is from this kind of subculture that in
underground,
Poland, yeah. But in Poland, everybody are thinking that skinheads are associated with far right political acts and mostly with neo-Nazis and this kind of stuff. But if you think about it, this subculture is very diverse. And for example, the main character in this movie is not far right person at all. He's just this kind of punk rock skinhead. So for me, it is very interesting to be close to this kind of not really black and white situations, but mostly the things that are in the gray area.
In the gray area. I love it. I love it. So what's next in your future? What's your next movie? Do you have some more projects? I mean,
yes, actually we are working right now with my friends in school on the second movie, fiction movie, and it will be about a girl who was an underage girl who was kind of forced to give a birth to her child. But there is no violence in it. So it's a different movie than this one. The violence, there is some kind of violence, but it's not physical. It's more
psychological.
Like on the psychological level, from parents, from the society. So we are focusing more on the topic of motherhood and on the topic of freedom of choice, really.
So how would you define yourself as a filmmaker?
Oh, this is a hard question. I think I don't think about myself as in categories of a filmmaker. That's a real tough question, really. I think I would like other people to answer it.
Okay, that's good enough. Good enough.
Okay.
Because sometimes, I mean, we want to see ourselves from somewhere, but there's some picture ourselves some forms. But at the end of the day, I think other people has to, validate what you just have done with your work. After all, we are just talking about art all the time through our movies. So, what did you learn making this movie?
To work hard in a very tight time schedule.
That's a good one.
On one level, yes. And on other levels, I'm trying to work with actors in a way that I'm making this space for them to play. So the lighting, the cinematography has to be carefully planned, really, because I want to create a space that is a space for improvisation also. So I want actors to feel the characters, to be the characters, to act like those characters, not to plan every single shot, every single frame, just to give them the freedom to do their job. So I've learned a lot in a way that you can treat actors with this kind of confidence that they know what they're doing. And you just like sit in the back, look at it, and sometimes tweak something, but only a little bit. And it can work, really. I think
it does work. I think you're a Varmelos acting director, actor. I mean, a wonderful director for actors. That's what I enjoy a lot of your movie. Besides you, I mean, your crew was amazing because you have marvelous photography, you have very good quality of the film. So it's outstanding what you have done in 4 days shooting. So my congratulations for you, your actors, your team. I'm looking forward to see more of your movies in the future. I hope that you visit us in the Manuel Trujillo Durán one more. But I also want to know how to follow you, how people can follow the movie, how can we keep, keep track on you. I'm right now trying to visit you in Instagram.
Yeah, you can visit my Instagram. It's Konrad Kultys, nothing fancy. The Konrad Kultys is my name. Yes, my name and my surname, so it's nothing fancy at all. And we've also got the Stagnant website on Facebook, so you can find Stagnant on Facebook. And I think the news are on the Instagram mostly, and on the Facebook also, but the Instagram is the main thing right now. So, yeah.
So invite us to follow you in Instagram and to see the movie in the Manuel Trujillo Durán, because we're very happy to have you here.
Okay, so I'm happy to, and thank you for having me on your festival. You can follow me on the Instagram, and you can follow our film on Facebook. And also, I wanted to show our little fiction. What can I say? Enjoy.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Konrad. Long life in the cinema world. All the best. Flourish everywhere you have to be with your movies.
Thank you very much, and thank you once more. And it will be, I think, the third time I'm thanking you for having me here. And have a nice day. Yeah.
You too, my dear.
Thank
Goodbye.
you. Bye.